Hello and welcome to the second episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host, Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
Nick from youtube.com/the Tic Tac Man, and seated 2,000 miles to my left.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dale. On my minion over there is
Greg, and he's on the West Coast. So to the left is
Yo, it's me, Ryan Gat, coming from the West Coast. What's going on tonight, people?
You know what's going on tonight? Sex. And I want to know, Ryan, if you could have, well, I just want to ask all of you actually, if you could have sex with one man, who would you choose? Personally, I'm feeling George Clooney. Dale, what are you thinking?
Leonardo DiCaprio. What about you, Greg?
Neil Patrick Harris. Not gonna lie.
Good choice. Good choice.
I
Mike?
can respect that.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna say Marilyn Manson.
I'm definitely gonna say.
That's a safe choice. That's a safe. I think you're playing it safe with that one, but okay.
I think I'm gonna go with. I don't believe it's not Butter Guy.
Oh, Fabio.
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 Okay, so let's just recap real quick. Nick, why do you want to fuck the man that you want to fuck? George
Why do I
Clooney.
want to fuck George Clooney? Because he's got class. He's just spectacular, and he's actually a pretty decent director/producer. And he's okay on the acting side, I guess.
You think he's gonna
I mean-
he's gonna like wine you and dine you, or is he just gonna like take it home
I
and put it in your butt?
I think he's gonna wine me and dine me, and he's gonna treat me like the very pretty lady I wish I was, and then he's gonna take it to me. He's gonna he's gonna lay me down gently on a silk bed, and then take it to me gently.
Is it gonna be like candles and fucking like rose petals and shit?
There better be fucking candles and rose petals.
Do you
You
want?
want me to
I'd expect nothing less from him.
Do you? I mean, do you expect it to be like? Do you want it to be like nice and gentle, or do you just want him to like grab onto your head of hair and just ram you as hard as he possibly can?
I want it to start out gentle, but after a while, that's probably what I'll probably want it to get rough like that.
Now, are you just gonna let him fuck you, or are you going to fuck him in return?
I mean, if he really wants it, but it's George Clooney. I'm just along for the ride at that point.
He ain't no George Clooney.
Along for the ride. Get it? Now, Dale,
Yeah.
who did you pick, and why?
Leonardo DiCaprio. After his performance in the Django, it was amazing.
I thought you were
Do you-
more
do
going
you-
on the
do you
lines
wanna
of
be-
Titanic there.
No,
Do you-
he was. I did not care for him back then, but his
No,
recent movies, he started picking him back up.
Yeah.
He started growing on
becoming
you.
more of a man.
impressed me a lot, especially.
He's
in
more of
what
a
you're saying
man.
So what you're saying is you want Leonardo DiCaprio to chain you up and whip you like some boy.
Like a little boy, because he's now a man, because he's now grown up in his movie. So he was a little boy during Titanic, and now he's a man.
You crossed the line right there with little boy. Well, why would you do that?
Yeah. I just said boy. That could
Yeah.
be taken multiple ways.
Listen,
You know what?
let's leave the let's leave the little boys out of it, okay, Nick? You understand? Leaving little
Hey, well,
boys out of it.
I didn't say little boys. It was Ryan that
That was
brought the little
Ryan.
boys into this.
Oh, well, Ryan said little boys, but Nick does little boys, so that's a whole different story. Okay, so Dale-
He's got them locked down in his basement.
Dale, seeing that you're pretty much the podcast expert on gay sex, based on the fact that you're in the Navy, I believe you probably have the most experience in this chat right now. I just want to ask, I want to ask you, out of everyone's choice, who do you think has the best choice, except for yourself? You can't pick yourself.
No, I remember all their picks, but I'd have to take Greg, only because the fact that the dude he picked actually has the experience of being on the homosexual side and knows how to treat a man the way he should be treated.
So we're saying that Greg is more of the expert in this.
No, we're saying that Neil Patrick Harris is more the expert in this.
Yes, Neil Patrick.
No, in our group,
Well, I'm saying he's
in our group, I would say that Dale is our expert.
My
I mean-
second choice, however, would be Mike, only because of the fact that at least he doesn't have to give Marilyn Manson a head because he can do it all on his own. So that just cuts out some shit right there, you know. All you gotta
hang
do
on,
is just
Marilyn
do one.
Manson can suck
Hang
his
on,
own
you don't
dick while you take.
You don't have to do the whole
Take a-
thing.
Hang on. So you're gonna take it to that level, and you're gonna choose me?
No, that's the
You,
second best.
oh, I'm your second choice. You want to fuck me as your second choice, or you want me to fuck you as your second choice?
Well, you're an idiot. I'll talk about the dude you picked.
Oh, I thought you said me. I was like, what the fuck
No,
is
not
wrong
you.
with you?
Oh my god.
You know, like you
Yeah, he's
could have
been
at
having
least picked
sexual
Nick.
fantasies about you.
Yeah, right. He's over there. He's like, I like doing this podcast because I like hearing Mike's voice, and I just beat my shit afterwards.
Who says he's not beating his shit right now?
Well,
He's got pictures
I
of you
don't
up on
hear.
the wall.
I don't hear that. Like,
He's like, I kind of wish this was a video chat so I could see his beautiful long hair.
like that's why on fucking Instagram he likes all of my pictures. He's like, God damn it! Oh, that is going in my bank. My bank. He's like, God, that was in my
Nasty.
ass.
I'd like to see a torpedo up his ass.
I'd let him bring my porch.
Down Periscope.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus.
Yep.
Oh Lordy, Lordy, I have sinned. Jesus, forgive me. Next topic.
What I'd like to know is that everybody here I know plays video games. So one of the big questions that I've been having recently is what video games that are coming out this year are you guys most excited for? Like they don't have to be any major releases. They could be like a smaller, more independent one that comes out on like the PlayStation Network or Xbox Live, or they could be like a really major, big budget title. I mean, any games that you think are really going to be good that are coming out sometime this year.
Greg, why don't you go ahead and answer your question first?
Well, okay then. A couple games that are coming out this year that
Oh, come on now.
I'm.
You gotta limit it to one. What game? Give me one.
Oh,
Hmm.
Well, let's
There's a lot
see.
of good ones out there too.
That's actually kind of hard. The Last of Us that's coming out sometime this year because the developer of the game, Naughty Dog, has made like a lot of games I've liked before, and it's got a really interesting and cool concept. So I mean, I'm super looking forward to it. I've always really liked like sort of post-apocalyptic sort of fiction, and it seems like a really cool game.
I got a question. What systems are we talking about here? Are we talking about both Xbox and PlayStation, or are we just
Talking
talking
about
about
all
Whatever.
one
It
or
can
the
be
other?
it can be a game on anything.
Yeah,
I know.
Okay.
I already can tell you mine's gonna be a PC game.
Okay.
Yeah, PC blows console away every day.
Okay, Nick, you already have yours. Go ahead.
The game I'm looking most forward to is the U.S. release of Phantasy Star Online 2.
Never played it.
Because
I've never played this.
the first one was just my favorite game. The first episode 1 and 2 of the first one was just I absolutely loved it, and now that it's coming to the U.S., I can't wait to play the second one.
Mine's gonna be Gears of War Judgment. I looked at the Gears
Get
of
outta
War, the new ones. No, the new
No,
one
we're
is
kicking you out of
really
this
good.
podcast. Fuck you. Nobody in this podcast likes Gears of War. Out.
I like Gears
Go.
of War.
No, Greg, you don't.
Or
Greg.
Bioshock Infinite.
Okay.
I like Bioshock
Oh.
too. Bioshock Infinite's good.
Oh.
You just took a nosedive on that one.
He's like, how can I possibly shit on this? Let's see, Gears of War and
Bioshock.
Jesus
Bioshock.
Christ.
No, but
I have,
Crisis 3
I have
looks
love for
like
either game.
what other games could he
Yeah.
possibly shit on? I mean, what other games could
Crisis
he?
3?
No, see,
I'm interested in the new Tomb Raider reboot. I mean, if you want to take a poo on that, go right ahead.
And fuck Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider to me has always seemed like one of those really overrated game franchises that like I could never get into it. Like
The question is-
it never interested me.
the question
There's a reason they've killed it off for so long, though.
the question is,
All right,
did you play it when it originally came out, like in its release time period, or did you play
Oh
it?
yeah.
I played the first one like that, and it was fun. I love the first one.
The-
Oh yeah, I played it like I used like
Second.
way back in the day when the first one came out, they had that thing at Walmart where like they had it on the PlayStation, and I tried playing it there for a while, and I was like, I just can't do this. This is what
I like
this is
ding ding ding. Let
boring.
me stop you there. That's because you were playing in fucking Walmart and you were playing on a shitty graphic TV with a bunch of little kids running and screaming on you.
Well, then later, like several years later, a friend of mine had it, and I was like, "Could I borrow this to play on my PS2?" Because like I never really got to play it that much, and I just want to see what all the hubbub is about. And they were like, "Sure." So I borrowed it, and I tried playing it, but I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't get
Speaking
into
of
this.
Speaking of PC, the new they got the Walking Dead Survival Instinct coming out for PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that on the Xbox. It was.
How's that?
I loved
How
it.
is it? Was it good?
I've only I was buying it as it was coming out on release, but I only played actually I just started in the episode 3 the other day. It's fantastic. I don't every time I see the commercials for that new A&E one, the Survival Instinct, I'm like, that's gonna be poo, because this thing is just spectacular.
It looks spectacular. I really need to get it.
So how about you, Dale? Any games you're looking forward to releasing this year?
I'm with Greg on The Last of Us.
I'm gonna go really mainstream here, and I'm looking forward to Modern Warfare 4. No, I'm just kidding. I'm looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah. Well, thing is, that I don't know. I mean, like, I have actually never played any of the Grand Theft Auto games yet, and
Are
part
you
of that is
kidding me?
because, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. When
You're pissing
like
Ryan off.
when Vice City and San Andreas were out, like there was no way I could play them because like my parents would never let me get them, and like I
Right.
had no way
Oh,
of
your parents
I
suck.
had no way of sneaking them in. Then when 4 came
Your
out, I
parents
was like,
didn't love you. You know, like what are you saying, Ryan? Jesus Christ, calm down.
no, I'm saying that like
Ryan's a dick.
my parents were overprotective. They wouldn't let me play it. So like I just was like, okay, well, but now that like I think it's out on like I think you could get like Vice City and San Andreas on like PlayStation Network or Xbox Live or something. So I've been meaning because if I'm gonna start with a Grand Theft Auto game, I want to start with like one of the like two that like everybody said was like the best out of the games. So I
Start with
want to
Vice
start with
City.
like one of
Vice
those
City
two.
was good.
Yeah,
Start with Vice
I
City.
felt Vice City. Yeah, Vice City was very open. That's whenever they went from Vice City to 4. It felt like
Yeah.
the world closed up a lot.
Well,
No, it was Vice City, then San
Yeah.
Andreas, and San Andreas was even bigger because you had like
Yep.
3 different cities to go through, and then you
Like
went to
LA and
4,
shit.
which was smaller, and it's like, the fuck happened?
well, here's what I gotta say about 4. The graphics and the gameplay are amazing. Amazing. The
Hmm.
storyline fucking blows. And like
Yeah.
I got stuck at the last mission and I just put it down. I was like, I don't even care if I beat this game. Because it sucks so bad. Like I don't even know what the fuck was going on. There's like no point to it. I'm on the last mission and I'm like, I really don't give a fuck because I don't feel accomplished or anything. I mean, there was some really cool stuff that would happen when you were playing the game, like being able now to get it like ejected through the through the steering wheel, through the windshield and stuff. That was pretty cool, but
And
the storyline sucked. So I hope that Grand Theft Auto 5 takes all the good stuff they did in like Vice City and San Andreas, and then combines it with like the gameplay and the graphics of 4, and
Hmm.
makes 5 be awesome.
I got like an hour into the Grand Theft Auto 4 storyline, but honestly, after I played Red Dead Redemption, that game was just absolute. That was everything I wanted from the Grand Theft Auto franchise.
I never played Red Dead Redemption either, so
Red Dead
I feel like
Redemption is really good.
Next topic.
The first time I tried watching internet porn, I had dial-up really on a really shitty computer, and it froze, and I was like freaking out because my dad had just walked through the door, and I was like, fuck, I'm trying to shut this shit off and trying to get out of the room, and he's like, he goes in there and he turns the computer on and it still froze on the screen, and it didn't really fix it, and he yells at me about fucking watching porn.
Did you tell him you were beating your shit in his room and there was nothing he could do about that?
I'm
I take
gonna
that as a
follow
yes.
you.
All right, what's up, everybody? Next thing you know, we're gonna be moving on is end of the world, and what would you think would be the reason for the end of the world, and how would you prepare for it? I'm gonna start off with Mike. What
Okay.
would you think would be a legitimate reason?
Okay. Well, I don't know. The big thought that comes to my mind is I remember Y2K. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, the computers are all gonna reset and they can't do that. Then nukes are gonna shoot off and everybody's gonna have wet panties and then everyone's gonna fucking die." Well, Y2K rolls around and I'm sitting there and I'm like, "That's so fucking stupid." And then it comes down December 31st and it's like I'm watching the ball drop and I'm sitting there thinking I'm like, you know what? What if they're right? What if they're right? I'm totally fucked right now if they're right. I'm not prepared like all these crazy people. And then, of course, it happens, and Y2K, nothing. And then, of course, the big hot topic lately has been, December 21st, 2012, so 12/21/12, the Mayan calendar ending, and so on and so forth. And I had the same reaction. It was funny. I was like, that's so fucking stupid. And then when the day came, I was like, what if they're right? And then I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? If they're right, there's nothing I could do anyway, so what does it really matter?
I didn't give a shit. I was fucking plastered on that day. I was like, fuck it. If it's gonna come, it's gonna fucking come. I'm going out righteous.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
So, but I think for one, we're everyone in this conversation is going to be long dead and gone before the world actually ends, and I think it's going to have something to do with the sun. I don't know if maybe something to do maybe with the Earth's orbit or something. Maybe the sun will just burn out
I
and
can I can elaborate on that.
go on.
And within the sun's lifetime, our sun's still a baby. Within, like, I don't know, let's say I don't, these aren't solid statistics, but say in 300,000 years, our sun will expand to the red giant phase, and it'll basically engulf the 3 to 4 closest planets to it. So everything will be gone then.
Well, you see, it's going on already because of how days on the Earth, like when winter was in Florida, it wasn't that cold. It was like hot.
That's
like,
a that's a standard climate change. It's basically our as our Earth's crust cools, or I shouldn't say, as the mantle of the Earth cools and we gain more crust, the rotational speed changes. And during this change, there's what used to be called ice ages. You may have heard of them. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
heard
they
of them.
teach.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what they. Yeah, that we've been long overdue for one, and it'll take the process of like hundreds of years for us to see any effects. But yeah,
So,
Greg, what do you
Yeah, like,
think?
How do I think the world's gonna end?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with the two possibilities. One, because humanity is some of the dumbest bunch of motherfuckers ever, we're gonna just annihilate ourselves. We're gonna find some way to just annihilate ourselves, or it'll be aliens. I mean, those are the only ways I could really think of, like us being wiped out completely.
So, Nick, were you taking the route of the sun expanding and so on and so forth?
well, I mean, that's a scientific fact that eventually that will happen one day.
Yeah, but not
Also,
for like
there's
millions of years.
well, hundreds of thousands,
Whatever, we'll be dead by then. That's the point.
far beyond our scope of time. There's other things such as most galaxies, and it's believed that everything circles around a black hole. So because
Yeah.
black holes have the greatest density of gravity. That could be another option. It depends if we're talking about the Earth being destroyed or like people and civilization being destroyed.
Well, I guess you would say Earth and Earth, just Earth. The
Just
the
Earth,
end
the planet,
the end of humanity. Let's just go with that.
the end of humanity. Oh, that's a tough one. We are a very virulent race, and we do.
Species.
I mean, we don't. Yeah. Well,
I think the end of the world's gonna be when we're overran by fucking Muslims. And they're
Wow.
just gonna fucking get crazy.
Ryan.
That's my belief. Because listen,
Ryan.
listen. This is the
Ryan.
argument to that. Because their straight up thing was that in France right now they told the French people that we're gonna outbreed you. That's a legit fact.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
legit fact.
Okay, and you think the world's gonna humanity is going to end because of that?
Because we all suicide bomb each other.
No, I was just kidding. I was just joking around. But no, I think the end of the world's gonna be like probably either a star hitting us or the sun's fading out, or the sun explodes.
So basically, so far everyone's went the route more or less of the sun or humanity killing itself.
I mean, I didn't exactly get into what I think would happen, but do know much about Yellowstone National Park? Look into it because it's what's deemed a super volcano. Read up on that.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that before.
Yellowstone National Park is a volcano, and if it were to erupt, it would basically cloud the entire Earth in ash and put us into something far beyond an ice age.
All right, Dale, go ahead and answer your own question.
Mine goes along with the humanity route. It's just everything's gonna get so fucked up, and how these countries are gonna go down and shit like that. And next thing you know, one of them's gonna end up thinking one of them's crippled, and try to take them out, and just nuclear war just happens.
Okay, at this point in time, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring on a guest. Let me do that. We're gonna bring on a guest, and we're gonna see what this guest thinks about the end of the world. How he thinks the end of the world is going to legitimately happen. Okay. And we finally got our guest in here. His name is Scott, brother of Greg Holmes. And Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Michael. How are you?
I could complain about a million things, but who couldn't? um, okay, the topic we're currently talking about, and we wanted to get your perspective on it, is how do you think the world is going to legitimately end? So far, pretty much everyone has said something to do with the sun or humanity will more or less kill itself.
A lot of, well, I guess you could say crackpot theories or whatever about how the world will end. Like, I mean, we've just seen, what is it, December 21st, 2012, and nothing really happened. I mean, some sects of Christianity or any other religion has, predicted that there will be the world will end sometime. Like, what was that back in October of 2011? Some sect of Christianity thought that the world was going to end in November, something like that. And the guy is like, well, we got our calculations wrong, and we're going to fix that, or something like that. And I mean, the predictions come, or they come into being, and it's just like, and some will follow that, and because they have nothing else to do. But I mean, just like predictions always just fail, and I mean, I don't think has been any prediction out there yet that has more or less come true. So, I mean,
we're still here, so obviously not.
Yeah.
yeah.
So to bring it full circle, Scott, if you were to make one of them wild predictions, what would your prediction be?
I have no idea what it, I mean I guess I could say, like, if I were a time traveler, because I actually
You're Doctor Who?
No,
Doctor
you guys,
Who and fucking...
has any of one of you know of this one man who claimed to be a time traveler, John Teeter?
No.
Oh,
It-
I think I saw something on the news about him or something like that.
Yeah, he would have just like a little blurb or something like that. But
You
I
said
mean,
John Teeter?
yeah, John Titer or whatever.
He's just a jackass who read Slaughterhouse-Five and confused it for his own life.
He talked about, well, he implied that there was like some nuclear war or something like that, because he said, like, back in his own time in 2036 they were pretty much done cleaning up the radioactive material
Fallout?
in major cities. Yeah, the Fallout.
3?
So Fallout 3. I played that, and that's actually that's a good game. And
The
especially,
soundtrack was amazing. I threw him off track there, didn't I, Mike? You kind of mad about that?
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure. Didn't we just earlier have a discussion about Fallout 3?
Yeah, we did. We totally did. I was there.
Uh,
I
the
remember
Fallout-
it.
We bring it around. Okay, continue, Scott. I apologize.
Yeah, so, I mean, to get back to your question, if I were to make a prediction about the end of the world, maybe a nuclear war, but I mean, like, currently the situation, I mean, we are afraid of Iran and, well, not exactly North
We-
Korea. But we are afraid of.
We're
Yes?
suspicious. We ain't scared. We're
Okay,
suspicious.
I should have used suspicious.
We ain't
The
never scared. We're America.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck no.
America.
America. America!
The closest thing I can think of is like a nuclear war.
You basically think humanity is going to destroy itself with its own stupidity of we gotta have a bigger cock than a different countries. They
Probably
stupid.
what would happen is that most of the major cities, actually, that's pretty much every scenario that has talked about nuclear weapons or anything of that sort. It said that the major cities are going to be attacked, and who knows? It could be America versus Iran, probably Russia and China. I mean, it depends on Russia. I actually don't know what their status is right now, if they're friendly or if they're just not sure of America or whatnot. But I
The
mean,
technology all of those groups possess pales in comparison to what we have, though.
true.
Japan makes motherfucking PlayStations. That's my argument.
They they don't have any military power.
Japan's
They
on
also
our
don't
side
have any
either way.
nuclear weapons.
They make
Japan's on our
fucking
side.
PlayStations. They make
But
PlayStations.
Japan has
They
like a
make
defense
PlayStations.
force.
They make PlayStations.
Well, yeah, they make
make
PlayStations,
PlayStations.
but
If it ever
but
came down
don't
to
leave
it,
out the fact
America.
they also make Nintendos. Just saying.
Yes.
But if
You know
it ever
what?
came down to it, we'd throw them some money and get the military started back up so they could fight for us.
Please, sir, could you speak into the microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
I will kick your dog. But
I'll come to your house
Oh
and
my God.
kick your dog.
Bullshit.
Like
I will come
when
to
he
your house and I will kick your dog for using. I just turned into an Asian man. Anyways, so
I'll have round with your action private.
the main three current consoles, the PlayStation, the Nintendo, and the fucking Xbox 360. What
We
two?
got the Wii U now.
Well, yeah.
No, ambulance.
Well,
Ambulance.
ambulance. Whoa, Black Betty.
Ambulance.
I mean, Japan's got a pretty good stronghold here. I mean, the two of the three main video game current gen consoles are made by Japan. Or then the one that's made like by America is made by fucking Microsoft, and we know how that goes.
We also have the Steam box on the way, and I think that's going to be one of the big ones.
He wants to like make sure he throws something about this Steam box, fucking Steamboat up in like everything that we talk about. We're like, did you hear that the president was assassinated? He's like, did you hear that they're making a Steam box? Who cares about the fact that the president was just assassinated? These motherfuckers over here making a Steam box.
It's big news, man. It's big news. It's making PC gaming accessible to a lot of people.
Scott, I would
Yes.
I would like to thank you for coming on also.
Thank you for having me.
And this is the end of this episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. I will hopefully continue to be your host on my own show. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-hosts.
I'm Nick, youtube.com/theTicTacMan, and on his knees in front of me is. There
Fuck
wasn't
you,
enough.
Nick. Why do you always have to do that to me? Dale.
And I'm Greg.
And I'm Ryan. www. I can be reached at www.facebook.com/RyanGatnew.com. Go on there
Sorry,
and
pick some
hit me up.
chicks, son.
Wow, he totally butchered that URL. But
www.
and hello, listeners. I just wanted to interrupt really quick before I end the show and provide you with a little bit of additional information. Down in the description below, if you're watching this on YouTube, which I'm assuming you are, there's links to everyone that was on the show tonight's Twitter. Go over there, check us out, follow us. I really hope that you've been enjoying 30 Minutes of Mayhem so far. The podcast, I know this is only the second episode. We hope to eventually get on to iTunes so you can download this and take it with you wherever you want to go. And we also are considering moving on to Google Plus and hosting live shows. Let me know what you think of all that. Let me know what you feel about the show. And tune in for episode 3 next week. Later.